Well, now we're cooking. I'm in the kitchen with Mark Quinones,
Yes.
right? Yes. Executive Chef at the Inn and Spa at Loretto, brought to us from Casa magazine. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so what are we making today?
Today we're doing a beautiful wild Pacific halibut with a lavender corn pudding, a gorgeous baby heirloom tomato confit with an apricot gastrique.
Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious. Okay, so what all goes into it?
Okay, we have our halibut, which I've portioned.
Yes.
Our lavender corn pudding, which we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Okay.
Our baby heirloom tomatoes, micro cilantro, heavy cream,
Okay.
our apricot gastrique, and really great quality Spanish olive oil.
Okay, so this is something you can get at the restaurant.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, definitely. So I have to ask about these tomatoes.
Okay.
I mean, I see a lot of tomatoes that are red. These are very colorful tomatoes.
Yes, those are baby heirloom tomatoes. So you
Okay.
have they're red, they're green, they're yellow, and I confit them, basically meaning that I cook them submerged in fat or olive oil.
Okay.
With fresh herbs, fresh garlic, at a really low temperature for about an hour, just to make them really soft, but they'll still pop in your mouth and they'll be very juicy and delicious.
Delicious. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about this. You said this is apricots.
Yeah, this is an apricot
With
gastrique.
halibut.
Yes.
Okay, is that seems like flavors that are like kind of different.
Well,
So where'd that come from?
Well, you know, it's very seasonal right now. It's light, it's fresh, it's colorful, and it's gonna taste even better.
Oh, all right. Well, I can't wait to get started. Chad will join you in the kitchen here in a little bit. But for now, we're going to send it over to Chad.
All right, we are back in the kitchen with Chef Mark Quinones, Executive Chef at the Inn and Spa at Loretto. And you are the Executive Chef in the Luminaria. That is a fine dining experience.
Yes, I'm the executive chef for the entire property. So I do run Luminaria restaurant as well as banquets, our living room lounge, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang.
It's a fantastic property. It's super gorgeous. It's on 211 Old Santa Fe Trail.
Okay.
And what we're doing there right now is just focusing on having a commitment to excellence. And we have a phenomenal team in place with Tom McCann and Dana Syracuse, and the team up there is just a phenomenal team that they really get it right in terms of just putting their best foot forward at all times.
At all
So
times.
I'm honored to be part of that team.
And you're bringing in an amazing dish here again. What are we making here this morning?
Well, today we're doing a dish that's going to be featured on my upcoming midsummer menu, if you will. It's a wild Pacific halibut, pan-seared, with a lavender corn pudding.
Okay.
And
this smells incredible.
Thank you. And a baby heirloom tomato confit.
Okay. Fantastic. So you're getting this heated up for the halibut?
Got a nice hot pan here going. Not going to share it quite yet. It takes about 4 minutes to cook that fish.
Okay.
And
so you want to get it nice and hot, right?
Nice and hot, just to really lock in those juices.
Okay.
And so you have a nice crusty exterior, and in the middle it's super juicy, moist, and all those good things.
Yeah, fantastic. All right.
And
well, go ahead.
Here's the lavender corn pudding. So I start with really great fresh corn, lavender leaves, a little bit of heavy cream, and I steep that for about 20 minutes on really low heat, just to really kind of bind those flavors together, at which point I'll puree it with a food processor.
Okay.
And then I'll bring it back up again with some really good heavy cream.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you do the puree, you get it to that consistency, then you put the heavy cream back in, and then you keep it going here.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. And then you have olive oil here, is that?
Yeah, that's my baby heirloom tomato confit. Basically, it's tomatoes cooked in fat or oil.
Okay.
So I start with really great quality tomatoes, some fresh garlic, some aromatic herbs, rosemary, thyme, and I cover it in olive oil, and I cook it at about 180 degrees for about an hour.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so that one takes a little bit of process.
And then I chill it down, and then I just really reheat it over low heat, and what you're gonna find when you taste it, it's just, it's an amazing texture, and it has really, really great depth of flavor.
Okay, fantastic. All right, well, when we get back, folks, we will be finishing up the dish. We're going to throw the halibut on, get this thing nice and hot. But before we head out to break, let's take a look at your weather this morning here in the Duke City. Welcome back, folks. A beautiful shot of our skyscrapers in Albuquerque. All 20 stories of them, 22 stories. We are back in the kitchen with Mark Quinones, Executive Chef at the Inn and Spa at Loretto. A big thank you to Casa magazine for bringing you in, hooking us up this morning. So remind us again what we're making here. We've got the fish on, we got the halibut on.
Okay, this dish right here, again, I cooked for the food editor of the Santa Fe, Johnny V. Chef Johnny V. And
Johnny V, we know Johnny V.
He's awesome, and he loved this dish.
Okay.
It's a wild Pacific halibut. I'm going to pan-sear with a lavender corn pudding, baby heirloom tomato confit, and an apricot gastrique.
Okay.
And this is going to be featured on our upcoming summer menu at Luminaria Restaurant at the Inn and Spa at Loretto.
Okay,
Okay.
fantastic. So when you sear this, what is the importance of searing it when we're cooking it? There's different options to cook it.
Well,
why do we sear it?
It's a fantastic question. For me, it's about really, really high heat,
Okay.
a small amount of fat, really good quality salt and white pepper, and then the key is to put it in that pan and do not touch it.
Okay.
Let it sit there, let it do its thing.
Okay.
'Cause the second you start touching it, you're gonna stew that fish, and you don't want to stewed fish. It's gonna be kind of rubbery and chewy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, you kind of put that in that hot pan and you let it hang out.
These are the tips that I need.
Yeah,
I'm telling
exactly.
Yeah, because you'll want to. I'm always like, oh, I need to be doing something because you put it on there, and then you
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
well,
Right.
I
And
shouldn't
I
have put
think
on my
that's
thumbs.
that's a natural human thing. You want to get it and shake it and move it. When you're searing fish, do not do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Put it in there, let it crust develop,
Okay.
flip it, turn the heat down, let it rest. And what's going to happen is that you're going to have all those nice, beautiful juices in that fish. That's going to rest and redistribute
Okay.
throughout the protein.
Okay.
So when you eat it, it's just going to be super luscious and delicious.
So how long do you let it sear?
Probably about 4 minutes. We're almost there. Yeah, in about 30 seconds here, we'll flip it over.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So why halibut and not a different fish?
Okay.
I
Right.
don't know what other fish are.
Well, right now, halibut is in prime season right now.
Okay.
It's just a really great fish right now. It's a very high-end fish. It's an exciting fish. It's very versatile. You can sear it, you can poach it, you can roast it, you can grill it.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many ways to approach this product. But I think by pan-searing it, very simply with really good ingredients, it speaks to the actual awesomeness of the product.
Yeah. So now you said this is one of the dishes going on at the Illuminati. What are the other dishes, and tell us a little bit more about your menu, in case we're not halibut fans, we're looking for other options.
Yeah.
Okay. On our new menu, we're going to feature really great food from A to Z. We're going to have new seafood dishes, beautiful some wild game. That's some summer game, like maybe some rabbit. We'll have some really good beef options.
Okay.
Local lamb option as well. And we're also going to introduce some really great modern techniques like sous vide cooking, which is cooking under vacuum in a circulating water bath. So it's just a lot of exciting items coming to the menu, and I can't wait for you all to see it.
Yeah, fantastic. So now it sits there. How long does it sit? And you said we just let it rest.
Yeah, right
Is
now
that right?
I flipped it over, and look at that crust that developed right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's
it's
nice.
golden brown.
It's nice and golden brown. I turned the heat off right now.
Oh, okay.
In about 2 minutes, it's going to be cooked all the way through. And when you taste it, it's just going to be very tender, very soft, and nice mouthfeel.
Okay.
Let's talk about the pudding, right? Is this pudding? Can
Yes.
I call it pudding? Okay.
I call it a lavender corn pudding, if you will,
Okay.
because of the texture.
All right.
And what I do is I start with really good quality fresh corn that we get going in a pan with some lavender leaves, and you toast that, a little bit of heavy cream, and you simmer it for about 25, 30 minutes or so. Not on high. You don't want to scorch it or scald it.
Right.
Really low heat, and let those flavors kind of develop and integrate within themselves.
Now, do you plate this up first before you put the halibut on? 'Cause
Yes.
You were talking about the sort of the artistry of how you plate
Absolutely.
this up. First of all, these are plates. These are awesome plates. Right here. All right, so let's talk about it. Yeah, that's a plate. Isn't that awesome? I love that.
Well, it's really, in 2014, you really eat with your eyes first.
Yeah.
So kind of my
That's a good
approach is to give you something that'll blow your eyes away, but then when you taste it, it's going to taste even better than it looked.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so can we go ahead and start plating this,
Absolutely.
this bad boy up?
So I'll grab my corn pudding here,
Okay.
and as you can see, it's very soft and really
Yeah.
aromatic as well.
Yeah.
We'll come over here and we'll start to build it. And what I'm going to do here is kind of build what I call a road map.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go down, then we're going to get this corn pudding, and we're going to go up,
Okay.
and then we're going to get some more, and we're going to go down again. And then now we're going to go up again, okay?
Okay. Now, is this how you do it every time?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
It's always absolutely gorgeous, fresh every single time.
That's
Okay.
great.
So then we'll grab our beautiful tomatoes here, and we'll place them on that map. So there's one, okay? There's two, and here is three. I like to use odd numbers.
Okay.
I think that always translates to a more well-rounded plate up, if you will.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
So then we'll come over here and we'll get our fish, and we'll put it again on that road map. So as you can see, it begins to come together. What you're getting is a nice abstract presentation.
Yeah.
That's going to really pop on that plate.
It looks like a little bit
Right.
like South America, just in time for
Yeah, a
World
little
Cup.
bit, a little bit, right? Exactly.
When we come back,
So-
we are going to take a look at the finished product here. We're going to finish plating this during break, and we'll take a look at Chef Mark's masterpiece when we come back, folks. Stay with us.
Okay.